You know, I'm really over this. Hey, what's up and hello. This is Thee Krys Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And I'm going to talk about the Queens of R&B. I'm not going to review the episodes, but just talk about the petty shit that is going on the show and off the show. The drama is good for ratings, yes. It is very good for ratings. We'll probably get a season 2, 3, 4, and 5. But is it good for black women and can show that we can actually come together and actually work together? Hell no. It's horrible. It makes us look hella bad. It's ridiculous. So let me speak my piece on the situation. And first, let me start off by saying that I am fans of both groups. Okay? Both groups. However, I will never allow my fandom to keep me away from what I see. So let me start off by saying the fact is Rocky, Tasha and Tamika's mother, they are all wrong. Point blank, period. We see the proof in the paperwork, and we also see on the show that the mother clearly has favoritism. Okay? So let's just start off there. I'm not taking Tasha's side. Tasha is wrong. And I personally think Tasha is probably involved in this nonsense. Or she definitely knows that Rocky was doing a lot of stuff and she turned a blind eye because she can't stand up to Rocky or whatever the case may be. And she also knew that she would never receive any type of drama or any type of kickback or get back when it comes to her sister, because she knows that she pretty much was able to control her sister by manipulating her with guilt or whatever the case may be, or always putting that mama in her face. So at the end of the day, they're wrong. Point blank, period. Now, with that being said, SWV and Xscape were a part of my preteens and my teenage years. I love both groups. I love the fact that they reminded me of girls who looked like me or girls that I grew up around, okay? They were the cute around the way girls. You know what I mean? They weren't like these high-end glamour model looking girls. These were girls that I could relate to because they looked like girls that I grew up around. So I love that. I especially love that LaTocha was also in a group and she was the big girl in the group, okay? And she wasn't excluded from the group because of her size. People forget that this industry still isn't kind to plus size women, but they damn sure wasn't kind back then. Big girls back then were only background vocalists. You could be in the group or be the lead. And I appreciate the fact that Jermaine Dupri or others decided that LaTocha was going to stay in the group regardless of her size, okay? Love that. And I definitely could relate to her because I grew up as a plus size girl. However, I think this is why Tasha emotional shield is up. And no one really wants to talk about that. Everyone keeps just talking about how she just dead wrong, she evil, whatever the case may be. She's talked a little bit about what she went through, but never went into full detail about what it was like being the big girl, the dark-skinned big girl in the group. Because let's not act like colorism don't play a part too. Because I'm sure Kandi and Tamika can relate to the colorism part, but to have an issue with not only being a big girl, but you being a dark-skinned big girl, that's typically a no-no in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Stay with me, people. Stay with me, okay? I'm sure if Tasha really let her guard down, she would have a lot of hurtful stories to tell, and maybe some of those stories being from her own group members, whether they did it intentionally or not, okay? We're dealing with girls who were in high school when they came into this industry. They weren't fully developed mentally. I'm sure they have probably said some things that maybe hurt Tasha, and Tasha said some things that hurt them. And they all are still operating from the trauma that they had in the past. All of them are, okay? So I'm sure she definitely has a lot of stories to tell. And even looking at the old pictures of the group, Tasha was usually behind the rest of the girls, and you only saw her from the neck up, or she was on the side. You rarely saw her in the middle or in the center unless she was behind them. Kind of like a way for her to hide her body, or they wanted her to hide her body. You know what I'm saying? So Tasha, and the way she operates, you can tell that she never felt like she was treated like, or she never felt it, and she was never treated like she was the it girl. Okay? The only time she felt like she was the it girl is when she had or has that mic in her hand. Because no one can take that voice from her. So when she has that mic, she feels like she's the it girl. That's her pain and her trauma keeps leading her to be her own woman behind that mic, because she never felt like she got her just due, always being the big girl. So that's why she keeps going for this solo deal. The way she's going about it, though, is due to the fact that she's passive aggressive as hell, and she doesn't know how to communicate. But she's not the only one who's passive aggressive in this group, and I will explain later. She's going about it the wrong way, but her reasoning for it is due to the pain of what she went through. I can almost guarantee it. She needs that out of her system. But the problem is, she feels like now, especially, I always thought Tasha was a beautiful girl. But now that she's lost the weight, in her mind, hey, I lost the weight. You can't have an excuse over that anymore. I'm no longer a big girl. I still have the voice. So at this point, y'all can't give me any more excuses. Oh, yes, the hell they can. This industry is so fickle, especially the music industry. The music industry is no longer the music industry from the 90s. The music industry back then allowed artist development. They truly cared about developing the artists. Like, this industry now is just, I don't even listen to the music of today. I will still listen to music from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. The music industry is not the same anymore. And even in gospel is not the same. So you can still get that out of your system, but to completely alienate your group members, that's the issue that they're having. But at the same time, I think if they truly understood each other and each other's pain, I can almost guarantee you Tasha felt like she was the outsider. And which is why she probably felt like she had to be bossy, because she had no control. She didn't have no control over how she looked. She didn't have no control over a lot of things that people were saying about her or to her. So that's why she felt like, I got to be a creative person because I'm not the it girl. I got to be the one who's going to sing my ass off tonight because I'm not the it girl. I'm the big girl. So I got to do everything to get people off of I'm the big girl. Sing my ass off, show that I can be creative director, show I can do all of this, because I have to feel like I have to do more because of how I look. Guarantee you, if she truly opened up, Tasha would definitely do that. And be honest, I guarantee you that's the issue. But she keeps her guard up because she always has to be the big sister or always feel like she's in control. But what she fails to realize is that that constant in control and that stoic vibe and that nice, nasty vibe she's giving, she's losing control. If she would be more vulnerable and honest, I guarantee you more people could relate to her. Guarantee you. Now, who else am I mentioning in the group that's just as passive aggressive and operating from their own trauma? Kandi. Okay? Now, damn it, you Kandi fans, if you come to my channel, look, I don't care how many followers she has. I don't care how much money she has. Followers and money does not always mean you're always right. Okay? Love Kandi. Respect Kandi's business hustle. Respect it. Respect that she definitely has pen game. I can't knock that from Kandi. Kandi is passive aggressive as hell. She's not innocent. She just can appear innocent because of how Tasha and Rocky are handling the situation, but she's not innocent. Kandi is still not over how she feels about what Tamika did. She was just on Shannon Sharp crying about it. You're not over it, baby. You're not over it. If you're still crying about it, you are not over it yet. And she damn sure isn't over her issues with Tasha. But the thing is, they are much more alike than they are different. Both of them tend to be passive aggressive. Both of them, in their own way, felt like they were alienated from the group. Tasha felt that way because of her size. Kandi felt that way because she's the baby and she always felt like she couldn't be heard. Tasha felt like she couldn't be seen. Kandi felt like she couldn't be heard. Both operating from the same pain. Okay? And literally in this situation, she's still not even over Tasha and how Tasha was. She has her guards up when it comes to that too. And she also operates with so many other things that she felt like she's betrayed on. I'm not going to deny that Kandi definitely has had her moments of being betrayed by people, including Tamika, including Tasha, and other people. But she still operates in that way, but she does it in a passive-aggressive way. For example, talking about the situation with the tour. The way that I understand as a businesswoman, you have to think 10 steps ahead. I get it. But a lot of times, just because you're thinking 10 steps ahead doesn't mean everyone else is thinking 10 steps ahead. And sometimes you don't need to announce that to everyone. At that moment, they were talking about a show, one show. If that show went well, then they could possibly talk about a tour. At that time, Kandi's approaching the situation, it was very passive aggressive. It was like she was trying to fish. She always talks like she's trying to fill things out instead of just, it's always a gray area when she talks about certain things because I think she feels uncomfortable about talking about certain things. So it was never black and white with her. She kind of approached the situation in a gray area and doesn't get straight to what she wants and what she wants in the situation. And that's the way it came off. It came off passive aggressive and it was the wrong time because at the end of the day, it was just one show. The thing is, I looked at her speak on it and I believe in one video, she said, if they were just talking about one show, then fine. But then they were talking about a tour and that's why I brought that up. However, she mentioned in that same video or another video saying that if you do it for one show, the promoters will make that a reason to lowball you on other things. So it wasn't just about the damn tour, Kandi. It was about even that one show. You didn't want to give it up even for that one show. But here's the thing. If you claim your social media followers and your TV presence gives you more leeway or gives you more hierarchy, so to speak, over SWV, you could have easily just made a simple deal for that one show. And if a promoter tried to lowball you guys on other shows, you could have easily thrown up what you claim is important in the promoter's faces and say, this was just for one show. We did it for the TV show and this one show. This point on, I got 10 million plus followers. I have this, I have that. The only way we're going to continue is if you give us what we deserve when it comes to X, Y, and Z. Take it or leave it. You can't base it on this one show. We clearly have other concerts that we've done. At the end of the day, you can take it or leave it, but you're not going to lowball us if we go on tour. To me, that would have made more sense. But to me, it's not about money, Kandi. You got more money than not everyone in that room. It wasn't about money. It's about you winning. That's what it's about for you. Because since you've always been an underdog and always felt like you wasn't heard or you was getting screwed over, a lot of these situations isn't about the money for you. It's about winning. It's about being right. That's what it's about for you. And it's so obvious on the show. I was getting anxiety just watching this last episode. I was just like, what the hell is going on here? And I love the fact that Coco and Lily was like, man, F this. Because, you know, they New York girls. They just going to keep it raw and funky. At the end of the day, I ain't got time for this. This is what it is. And this is what it ain't. I respect that. And it's like, honestly, the Xscape girls like, oh, well, it was very passive aggressive. I couldn't rock with it. It over what? Weak in understanding? Common sense tells anyone, especially growing up during that time, that Weak was the biggest song over understanding. Y'all could just easily let them have that. It's one show. But again, it's about winning for you, Kandi. One show should not affect how much money you guys receive on other tours, especially if you claim the social media stats matter. Because if they matter, you can name your price. So what is it really about? You operating from your trauma just like Tasha? See, you and Tasha are much more alike than not. That's why y'all really clash. You guys are a lot alike. I think the group needs counseling, but I think people need individual counseling. And from what I see, I think the only one who's really doing the work right now is Tamika Scott. But Tasha and Kandi, they definitely have some work to do. Because I'm over this shit. Like, to see two groups that I grew up on being this damn petty, and some of them are grandmamas, and it's ridiculous. Like, I was just looking at the last episode, like, this is some bullshit. Like, I wouldn't want to see them at this point because I'm just disgusted of this behavior. And granted, Kandi, I can see through Kandi. I really can. But she's not gonna look crazy on a reality show that she's the executive producer on and has more clout at Bravo and has more clout in this industry. They're not gonna make her look too bad, but at the same time, certain things that she's been saying on her own speak on this show, you can read between the lines. This is not about the money for you. This is about winning. This is about you wanting to be right in the situation. Because with the clout that you have, you could easily create a great contract that makes sure that it's about that one show and that one show only. Period. So with that being said, that's my take on it. I mean, you guys can definitely put down your comments below. All of them. I mean, everybody on Xscape is passive aggressive as hell. Then no one really knows how to express themselves until it boils over, and then everybody wants to go crazy on each other. It's ridiculous. Like, I feel like I'm looking at high school girls all over again, and it's sad because they bring so much more to the table when they're together. I think both of them are wrong, especially Tasha and Kandi. I think both of them are wrong, and they constantly clash because they're more alike than not. They really are. Both of them want to be in control, and for different reasons and for different traumas, but both of them want to be in control. I think if they really took the time to listen to each other, because neither one of them care about the other one's feelings. They don't care about their each other's feelings. They only care about their own feelings and their own point of view because they're still a victim from their past. That's the problem. They don't listen to each other. It's obvious they don't listen to each other. Because even when Kandi was crying to Tasha in that, I think that first reality show that they did, I mean, you could tell that Kandi was hurt, but then she's like, well, I don't remember. What do you mean you don't remember? I think Tasha said on the show with the brat, she was like, I don't remember her saying that. The girl was crying. She clearly was hurt. But because you're hurt, you weren't trying to listen to her. And because she's hurt, she wasn't trying to listen to you. You know what I mean? So it's literally you guys are really alike, and I'm sure you'll be like, hell no, I ain't like her. Yes, the hell you guys are alike. You guys are alike. That's why you clash so much. So leave your comments below. I would love to hear people's perspective on this, but that's my take on it. It's so immature. It's so petty. That would have been an amazing tour that we could have seen. I damn sure would have bought tickets to it. But yeah, that's my take on it. Hopefully, I'm kind of hope that they don't get a second season because I don't want to see this. I don't want to see my Black women that I grew up on being this damn petty. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. But with that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.